When a powerful cosmic force makes trouble once again, it's going to be up to Earth's mightiest heroes to put everything straight. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Avengers, issue number 26 and 27 to find out. Alright, so I'm actually a little late catching up on Avengers, but no worries, because issue 26 is actually a pretty brief one. Jason Aaron once again reminds us of the new creation myth for the Marvel Universe. Basically, how all life on Earth, especially all super life, is due in no small part to the fact that an infected Celestial died on Earth millions of years ago. But as we discover this issue, it's not the only reason Earth seems to have so many super people. It just happens to be a lightning rod for the weird and the stupendous, like the STARBRAND meteor. Yes, that's right, everyone. The meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs was actually STARBRAND. But wait, it didn't wipe them out completely. One Tyrannosaurus Rex stuck around and became the host for the STARBRAND. Meaning that in terms of the greater scheme of Marvel continuity, we now know for a fact that the first ever superhero on Earth was actually a friggin' dinosaur. How cool is that? From there, we jump forward a little bit in time to two cavemen. They're hanging out in their valley, giving names to all the different plants and animals, you know, stuff you would do. These two seem a lot more advanced than cave folk at that time, and it seems that because of that and other reasons, they were actually drummed out of their tribes. But here, though, against all odds in their magic garden in the shade, they were able to find peace of mind and even love. Hey, wait a minute, they live in a garden, they've named a bunch of stuff on Earth. Is this caveman Adam and Steve? Obviously nothing this idyllic ever lasts forever, and the two end up coming under attack by, get this, the frickin' deviants, those weird eternal enemies of, well, the Eternals. They hate the garden mainly because they hate joy, and there's way more of them than there are the two cavemen willing to defend it. In fact, while they were running from the deviants, they end up falling into a great chasm, where one of them is sadly killed. Don't worry though, in that very same cave, they also just so happen to find the remains of the STARBRAND dinosaur. The mark leaves the dino and goes on to the surviving caveman, turning him into the first human STARBRAND. The first STARBRAND would end up destroying the deviants, and in doing so catches the eye of the Avengers BC, who even amongst them, he's still something of an outcast. He doesn't speak much. Why, he doesn't even eat. All he does is smash stuff and look sad. Ah, okay, so he's the Hulk stand-in on the team. Got it. Now in issue 27, the effects of STARBRAND are still felt. The modern-day STARBRAND host had actually died after going insane during the first arc of Aaron's Avengers, but now things have started to get really strange. Gladiator of the Shi'ar Empire is investigating an explosion of an Imperial prison ship. All the guards are dead, and they're also sporting very specific starburns. You know, I would make a Starburns Studios joke, but I feel like no one would actually get it. The only survivor of the explosion turns out to be a member of the Brood, and he ain't talking. Well, he is, but it's mostly just about Brood stuff, you know, murder, spreading infection, that sort of thing. Gladiator does not have the time for this, and as such, he figures, meh, let those dummies on Earth handle this problem. You see, decisive leadership like that is exactly why he's the Gladiator. He's learned the most important lesson you can, delegating duties. Now, the Avengers are admittedly a little understaffed for a space mission right now. Tony Stark went missing back into the past. Black Panther is trying to solve that mystery. But if nothing else, Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes is totally stoked at the idea of going into space. After all, he hasn't even left LA until the last couple months. Now, if you've ever read a comic before, I'm sure you're already ahead of the story and know that this mission is going to go horribly wrong somehow, but in an interesting twist on how these stories are normally told, Jason Aaron just jumps ahead in time to where the mission is already boned and the Avengers are not only scattered, but trapped inside the prison nebula. Thor has been infected by the Brood and is slowly transforming, which you know cannot be good. In fact, the only person who actually seems to be where they want to be right now is She-Hulk Jen Walters, of all people. You'll recall that a run-in with the Celestials had actually changed Jen Walters. She's emitting way more gamma than ever before, and she's become, well, kind of bestial. She had hoped that the answers to her affliction were somewhere in space, and to deal with these new gamma emissions, Black Panther built her a brand new costume. Well, it's admittedly not much of a costume, it's really more of a bathing suit. I mean, it's a fine design. I like that they stuck with the purple, but at the same time, did Jason Aaron not write an entire story about how Jen Walters is often looked down upon because people are laughing at her, not with her? This new space costume feels like some sort of compromise with someone somewhere. Now, Captain Marvel had managed to commandeer a brand new ship, but traveling so close to a white hole out in space reactivated her old binary powers, which means her head is on fire, and you thought Ghost Rider was the only one. And hey, speaking of Robbie, where did he and Black Widow get off to? Well, they're rushing right back through space right now in Robbie's Hell Charger, which, yes, can drive in space naturally. But as we discover, they're not alone. Tailing quickly behind them is none other than the Silver Surfer. Hey, Silver Surfer can get involved in Avengers stories again. Ain't that fun, everyone, as the comic comes to a close? And so that was Avengers issue number 26 and 27, and overall I thought they were a fun little two-pack of stories that sets up this new arc, which will undoubtedly crown a new STARBRAND. I can't necessarily say that STARBRAND is one of my favorite Marvel heroes, but it's clear that Jason Aaron has had plans for this hero from the very beginning of his run, so I'm interested to see where it's all leading. Also, it makes me feel all happy and warm inside to know that the Silver Surfer is going to be hanging out for this Avengers comic because, well, there was a time when you didn't see that much crossover between the fantastic family of characters in this book. Overall, I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10. Good stuff.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you're in the market for comic books right now, and I mean really who isn't, you might want to check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link, not only will you be getting yourself something nice, but you'll be helping out the channel a little bit while you do so. So, you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Bye-bye.